overnight, I went ahead and put PVA on this guy. So it's been curing all night. Everything's nice and hard now. So I'm good with that. We'll go ahead, rinse all the PVA out. We'll dry this thing out, and I need to apply some gel coat in all the areas that are not going to be covered with carpet. Battery box will go here, so I'm not really worried about this. So the transom, those two wing plates, but first I'm going to go ahead and get all this PVA out of here. So we'll just grab the hose real quick. It's just water soluble PVA. And then last night I also printed this temporary battery box plate so I can test fit. Yes, it is 3 different colors. When I do test prints like this, whatever extra filament I have laying around, I just toss them all in there just to kind of get rid of them. So that's going to fit in there pretty good. It's kind of hitting this corner in here a little bit, but really not worried about it. I might just go ahead and trim this corner off right here. It's not really being used for anything, so I'll grab a Sharpie. I'll make a note of that. Trim off, let's just say an inch and a quarter. Everything else is sitting pretty good, just that corner. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that corner and set you guys up on a time lapse, rinse the boat out, and should be mixing some gel coat the next time I see you guys. I'm not doing the entire floor. I really don't see a need to do that this time. It's getting covered up. Everything on the sides of the boat that are gel coated that you'll see, I didn't mess with any of that. So I also have to clean up the wiring a little bit. I'm 3D printing a test piece. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and show you kind of what I came up with, maybe, and then maybe start marking out some styrofoam to start doing these side panels really quick. It's going to be a quick, easy day. I'm not going crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, we've got some acetone. We have our gel coat. Catalyst is not in yet, so I'm going to wipe everything down with acetone. And then put the catalyst in, mix it up real good, and we'll just start to gel coat. I put too much in there, so I'll probably do the ski locker and whatever else I can really get with it. Probably the sides first, because if anything, the carpet's not going to cover that. So let's get after it. Alright, here we go. Another week. During the week I went and got some foam insulation and just kind of mocked up some side panels, kind of mocked up the seat in there. I still need to cut this guy apart and test some different heights. Battery boxes, battery trays are bent up and in. and I think I'm gonna start by tearing the seat apart, cutting it down to the size that I want it to be, and getting that set so I can start making the box for the rear seat. So yeah, let's get that done. Okay, let's start taking this thing apart. So we thought would be a good idea when we bought the boat, because the floor was so rotted out, we couldn't screw this into the floor. So we just added this panel here with some studs. They went into the side of the boat, which is why there's so many holes in there. And then from the back side, we went ahead and put a wing nut on there just to secure the seat. And now that we know we have a good floor, when we rebuild all this, we will be screwing it back into the floor of the boat. Thus, no more need for wing nuts or screwing things in. I do not have a huge budget for interior on this thing, so I'm gonna try and preserve as much of this as possible and reuse it. And then one day when I can, go get all of this nice new upholstered, kind of updated a little bit. I still want the red, white, and blue theme, but a little bit more on the modern side. Alrighty, we got some measurements. We have our, I think it's roughly 5/8 to in between 5/8 and 3/4. So I wanted to go 1/2 inch, and everywhere that I went today, nobody had 1/2 inch. So we went with this. A little bit stronger, not really gonna hurt much. So I have a height dimension of 21.5. guys in so I can show you what I'm talking about. So I have a line here on the floor for where the back of it's supposed to go. So you can see that, so I know where that's gonna land. And then in here, the side of the boat has a little bit of a contour to it, right? So I'm a little high and I'm a little high, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I did that on purpose. So now I can mark that out. Pencil width, pencil width. Come up an entire pencil width there. That looks accurate. I've got room on both sides to go left and right a little bit. Cool. Ow, wood splitter. Better than a metal splitter, but still sucks. Hey. This piece of plywood is warped as shit. But when I start to screw it in, so let's bring you guys back in and see what we got. Okay, sitting flat. Boom, sitting flat all along the bottom of the boat there. Damn near flush, a little high. Did I cut it crooked? It's a very healthy possibility, isn't it? Far, what did I say, 17 and a half, 18 and a half. That gives me a seat depth of 15 inches. How deep is my ass? That's 17. How comfortable would it be sitting on 15 inches of your ass? That's not bad. What's a normal chair? Let's go measure like a normal chair. I'll see if I can find a shallow chair. Put my ass in that and see how that feels. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, since I am 10 inches up, I'll make a line at 10 inches. I will measure the width so that I could go ahead and cut my actual seat portion of it. And then just because this is cut at an angle, I want it to be, you know, flush to the outside there. So I'll go ahead and measure that out. We'll cut it out. Ooh, actually, there's going to be a side piece coming out. So I will, whatever the thickness of this material is, I will make a line inside to inside, inside to inside, measure that, and then I can go ahead and cut that piece. I'm glad I remembered. Cool beans. Alright, so quick explanation of what I just did. Took the size hole saw that I want to use to radius off the corners, stuck them in there, got it tangent, so side to side, side to side. Once I drew that in, I just traced out the 4 holes inside of there, and now I can just grab something straight. I need to sharpen this pencil. Crossy cross, little crossy cross, and now I know exactly where my hole saw is going to go in. I'm not getting very good at this filming thing. My wife said, "Fuck you guys, she don't want to be on camera." Happy with that. So slide this guy over. Obviously this cushion's not the right size or anything for this, but you know, I can sit down. I mean, I don't have the most knee clearance in the world, but I am also bigger than a lot of the people I put in this boat, so I think we should be okay. If I'm able to fit comfortably, I'm pretty sure everyone else should be able to fit pretty fucking comfortably in this. So side pocket, red Sharpie, kind of hard to see. But I think I'm going to be pretty happy with that. I want to try and tuck a speaker up into the pocket up there, depending on where the fuel is. So the speaker would be living inside of a pocket here. And I think I should be able to pull that off so it'll be angled to the whoever's sitting back here. I used to have them in like a little, well, you could see them. You were able to see them on the other one, but anyways, just rambling now. I'm gonna sit here and bask in my glory, and hope you guys have a good night. Alrighty guys, it's another day. So I was messing around just with kind of side cutout profiles. I have that in there. And let me grab a Sharpie really quick. Ooh, okay. So I think I want to do something like that there, and maybe just kind of round it over just a little bit there. Oh yeah, so it's got nice radius coming down. It's gonna kind of dip down a little bit, come back up, and then radius down. I think I like that. So let me go ahead and cut this out with a knife, see how it fits in there, and yeah, let's get going. Get those cut out of wood. We'll get this back seat finished, and then we can start on front seats. And my ideas have changed again on this, which happens quite frequently, I guess. So let's do some things. Man, that looks so clean back there. I almost want to just leave it raw without putting any flooring back there. Yeah, we'll get into the flooring thing in a bit. I made a boo-boo. Yeah. Alright guys, camera died. I really don't know where it ended. I was kind of just moving along. So just to recap, back seat, I got the side panels on. Let me go pause Stevie. Stevie, thank you. So side panels are in. This side warped a tiny bit. It kind of kicks in a little bit here. It kind of bothers me, but it kind of doesn't. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't think that's something I'm gonna notice, because there's gonna be foam and all kinds of stuff going on around it. So when it gets upholstered, that's probably something that we can address at that time. I think what happened is this was just shifted over a little bit, or I cut it a little bit too small, because I think this other side is, yeah, this other side is kind of right on. I've got a nice, maybe it's just up here, it just looks funny, or it could just not be perfectly straight in the boat. There's a lot of things that it could be. So actually, now that I think about it, that's probably the cause, is it's just not straight in the boat. So ski pole situation. So yeah, the two compartments that I thought I'm going to have, well, I didn't think it through. I should have made that center a little bit wider. So I'm thinking maybe I can just glass it in, like put a new piece in there to make that slot a little bit wider, and then just drill my hole, or just move the seat further forward, which gets rid of room up here. And so yeah, so that's where we're at with that. I'm gonna leave this alone. And what I am doing now is, originally the idea was the passenger seat was going to keep the little kickback and everything, but after looking at it, how small that little kickback is going to be back there, we're just getting rid of it. So I was going to keep my seat the same style as the passenger to kind of make everything look similar and same kind of deal. But I've always liked the way Eliminator does their nice fancy seats, and they have gel on the back of them and they look all pretty and everything. And so, oh, that's where I left my template. So, wind. Just a piece of fiberboard, and that's the shape I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna end up going a little bit narrower on this, just a little bit. I'm a bit of a big guy, so being comfortable is a bit more important than walkway clearance. I'm only gonna make it an inch or two wider than what it originally was, so we should be all right. So take my template, and then last night I was kind of just out here doodling, so don't mind all of this. It's cut to the right height already. I just need to mark it all out and, well, cut it out. See how it goes. Okay, so you guys saw me Sawzall cut this. It's right at 6 1/4. A little hard to get up from. So originally it was 8. Now we're at 6 1/4. I'm gonna kind of meet it in the middle, and we're gonna do 7. Our, what did I say, 10-degree lean back is gonna be cut into the base portion of it. So I need to draw this out because my brain's hurting right now. First things first, let's check back here for our leg clearance. This line, I mean, it's a little tight, but I fit. would say that's doable. Oh yeah, we're getting some ass clearance now. Okay, I found a few issues with this. Let's name a couple. It's too wide. Let me take you off the tripod, walk you around a little bit easier. It's too wide. It's too deep. I made everything flush with the outside, and there would be no way to attach the outside upholstery because it would need to come under and then staple from underneath. So I need to fix that. I put some rough lines on here of where I'm going to cut it out. So we'll measure that. We'll round to the nearest whole number, probably half the whole number, depending on where it's at. Let me go grab a tape measure. Actually, let's finger this out. So tape measure, and the other thing, there is too much angle here. It kind of makes it a little bit of a pain in the ass to get up. So I think I'm going to half it. We'll go 5 degrees. It's at 9, whatever. We'll go to 5. So if this needs to get cut down a little shorter, I'm fine with shorter. Yeah. So the marks I made on here. Ooh, 21 by 19.5. Beautiful. What was the old seat? The old seat's 22 outside to outside. But I'm not going to have all of this bolstering on the sides. So it'll feel like a bigger seat. There's going to be a little bit of bolster on the sides, but not fully wrapped like that. It's just going to kind of come up at an angle, probably to that height right there. So just a little how deep are we on this guy? How thick is the foam on this guy? Maybe an inch and a half. We're at like 16.5, so 17 deep, and I said we're gonna be at what? 19. We're gonna go 19 by 21 and a half. Let me write these down. All right, guys, that was an ass kicker, but we have a seat. I'm happy with the angle. Let me get this pole out of the way. It's got a 5, I think I went with a 5-degree kick. It's still a little short, and I'm gonna look into, I should have added that inch back into it. Yeah, my mistake. So I'm gonna look into getting a thicker cushion. I think that's a 3-inch. So I'm gonna look into maybe doing like a 4, maybe a 5-inch cushion. And there's plenty of back support, so I'm not worried about going up a little bit. So the box is done. Back seat is done-ish. It needs to be routed and glassed and gel coated and everything. So the idea is the back of the driver and passenger seat, those are going to get glassed, faired, and gel coated, wet sanded, and polished to match the side panels. The side panels are going to get polished as well. Yeah. I threw just a straight edge on top of the air filter up there to get kind of a good idea of how high the hatch is going to be. It's going to be kind of high, so I'm going to I want it as I kind of want it to just go up and then flat straight across, so there's as much pad cushion flat as possible. Yeah, and it's just gonna add more back support to the whoever's in the back seat, so that's pretty cool. I'm getting good ideas for the pockets on the sides. We're gonna put lights, some USB chargers, a speaker in each side. I think that should be pretty cool. It's coming along, guys. Hopefully tomorrow I can get out here and get some more work done. If not, see you guys maybe next week. I have some header stuff coming up. I'm going to be building a set of water jacketed zoomies for a customer, so I'll be filming that. So if you're interested in how water jacketing stuff works and welding it and all that stuff, we'll be making some videos on that as soon as I get a mock-up motor and some parts. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.